Alright everyone, let's start with this. Microsoft released a patch for a Windows kernel vulnerability because attackers were already exploiting it. Not theoretical, not in the lab, in the wild. Whenever we hear kernel and zero-day in the same sentence, that means one simple thing. An attacker who gets even a small foothold can immediately become system. And system is the God mode of Windows. You are no longer dealing with malware. You are dealing with someone who now has the same power as the operating system itself. In today's session, we are not stopping at the CVE summary. We are going to unpack why attackers cared, who is the most likely to use it, and why 2025 is basically the perfect storm for abuses like this. This is the whole exploit pathway boiled down to its essence. Attackers don't start with magic, they start with a foothold. They could be a phishing email, a stolen password, a vulnerable edge device, anything that gets them a low-level user on a machine. Then comes the trick, a race condition inside the Windows kernel. Basically, two operations fighting for the same resource at the same time, and the attacker intentionally wins the race. If they pull that off, Windows mistakenly hands them system privilege. And once someone is system, they can disable your antivirus, dump credentials, move laterally, and essentially reshape the entire environment around them. So this 62 to 15 isn't about initial access. It's about turning a tiny spark into a full house fire. So now that we understand the mechanic, let's talk about how this is actually used in real operations. Step one, get inside. Doesn't matter how. Modern attackers have endless methods. Phishing, valid credentials, unpatched edge devices, or buying access from broker. Step two, instant system using the vulnerability. This is the moment where defenders lose visibility because the attacker is now above the security tools. Step 3, EDR, evasion, and lateral movement. At system level, you can load drivers, kill processes, bypass hooks, dump passwords, move to domain controllers, exfiltrate data, the full playbook. Every modern ransomware incident follows this exact rhythm. 62 to 15 simply made step 2 much easier and much quieter. Let's talk incentives because cybersecurity always boils down to economics, politics, or both. Ransomware cartels want system because it accelerates encryption and data theft. Faster attacks equal more payouts. Initial access brokers love these bugs because they reduce the time needed to flip low-level access into something they can sell. They operate like wholesalers, cheap in, high value out. Nation-state actors use system-level escalation for stealthy, long-term presence. These are not smash and grab. These are sit quietly for 6 months and read everything kind of thing. And then you have the sanctions evading states. Think Korea, for example. They use exploits like this to break into crypto exchanges, infrastructure providers, or any environment that helps them generate cash. Different actors, different goals, but all of them benefit massively from grabbing system as fast as possible. Now let's zoom out. Why is a kernel exploit like this extra dangerous in 2025? We have elections across multiple major democracies. We have escalating conflicts and sanctions. We have critical sectors, energy, telecom, healthcare, satellites, more interconnected than ever. And we have ransomware groups operating like global tech startups. All of this means one thing. The incentive to quietly escalate privileges inside Windows system has never been higher. When geopolitics heats up, cyber operations become cheaper, deniable extensions of foreign policy. And a bug like 62215 gives operators exactly what they need: quiet, reliable, post-exploitation power. Not every organization is equally vulnerable, of course. Here is who is most exposed. First, companies with lots of local admins. If every user is a mini administrator, attackers don't need to try very hard. Second, environments that allow legacy or unsigned drivers. That's like letting strangers into the cockpit. Third, organizations that rely on weak EDR configurations. User mode agent can then be tampered with by system-level malware. And finally, shared endpoints, VDI pools, call centers, labs, training rooms. If one user in the pool gets popped, the attacker effectively has access to dozens of sessions. All these environments make privilege escalation incredibly profitable for attackers, especially when a race condition exploit gives them system in seconds. So let's talk solutions, because understanding the problem is only half the job. Patch fast. Microsoft fixed this on November 11. Your risk goes down dramatically once this update is applied everywhere. Laptops, desktops, VDI images, cold images, servers. Hunt. Look for the behavior that happened after system is obtained. Sudden new drivers, EDR service stops, LSS access, token theft, or credential dumping. These are early warning signs, not signatures. Harden. Reduce local admins. Enable driver block list and WDAC where feasible. Turn on kernel protections, credential guard, and segmented admin tiers. If you can prevent attackers from abusing system, you got off 80% of modern intrusion chains. These steps don't just fix 62215, they fix the entire class of system-level escalation attacks. If this episode made things clear, smash the like button, hit subscribe, and please ring the bell so you don't miss the next system fracture drop. These videos take time to research and craft. Your support really helps push accurate cyber intel out of a bigger audience. Thanks for watching, thanks for sticking around, and thanks for being part of the Daily Signal community. I'm Max, Point Break Security, and I'll see you in the next one.